Good morning. Looks like we had a moment of hesitation. Let me just see if everything is connected well. It looks that way. Right. I think this connection will hold. Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Our teacher for this week is Michael Beckwith. He has a whole lot of books which I think is worthwhile reading. The only one that comes to mind right now is The Answer Is You. I think it's worth checking it out. Do a search for Michael Beckwith, see what he has written. I really love his content. I think he's been doing really good work for a long time now. Let's get into today's message. We are doing the You Are Limitless meditation today. And while, good morning Danae, good morning Elmade, good morning Sunmari. While during meditation, we will walk into an imaginary garden together and pick a flower. I do like to pick a flower from my garden just before we get started. And you can keep this flower in mind as I read through today's message. Anami, good morning. Great seeing you. So yes, for the moment, take a look at a flower and notice how ready you are to exclaim perfection. Do you look through this same lens when you look at you? As amazing as this flower is, it only has this one expression. For the flower, this is it. It creates in this one really limited way. Tracy, good morning. Great seeing you. Hello. You, on the other hand, have already been able to express yourself in uncountable ways. And there are ways in which you can create that you have not even discovered yet. Michael Beckwith says, we are here to change. We are here to grow, to develop and unfold. We are progressive beings that have infinite capacity. At some point, you have to own up to how great you are, how beautiful you are, to how much inner dignity and potential you have. Drop complaining about what other people didn't give you or do for you, or how they mistreated you. Take possession of yourself, and you will rise to a level of greatness that has been yours all along. He says, we are unlimited beings. We have no ceiling. The capabilities and the talents and the gifts and the power that is within every single individual that is on this planet is unlimited. Just as a flower is content to be its authentic self, so too we can embrace both our unique individuality and our collective strengths to unlock our limitless potential. We are not defined by our past mistakes, our perceived shortcomings, or the opinions of others. We are beings of infinite potential, capable of creating and achieving far beyond our wildest dreams. The key to unlocking this potential lies in taking repossession of ourselves. It means letting go of limiting beliefs, forgiving past mistakes, and embracing our inherent worth. It involves recognizing that we are not broken or flawed, but rather works in progress, constantly evolving and growing. You possess an infinite capacity for growth, development, and unfolding. So if you're ready, you can close your eyes and we'll float away together, starting with the first few big breaths. Take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. deep inhale. And let it go. Deep breath in. And out. One more big breath in. And let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine. Lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and drop your head. Take a walk with me through a garden. This could be the garden right out your front door. This could be the most beautiful garden that you have once visited. Or it could be a completely imaginary garden. A fantasy that your mind comes up with. But let's take a walk in that garden. And find your favorite flower. Pick this flower, stick it in your hair or behind your ear, and take a seat in this garden. Take a moment to inhale what this garden has to offer. As you take your next big breath in this garden, what can you smell? What are the sounds that come to you in this beautiful garden? And in this garden, what does the breeze feel like on your skin? We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch and adjust and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles. Forward and to the left, and forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. See if you're able to tilt your head towards the left and also tilt your hips towards the right, curving your spine into the letter S from your head down to your tailbone. And then change sides. Tilt your head to the right and your hips to the left. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least as present as you are able to become right now, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, then With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips in and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, I want to remind you of the flower you picked in that beautiful garden. Hold it by its stem. Feel the green stem between your fingers as you take your next big breath. Let's walk on a journey that explores this beautiful flower you have picked. As you hold the green stem between your fingers, take a closer look. Study this green stem in all of its detail. Is it a really thick stem or a very thin stem? Is it hard, dense, and almost woody? Or is it hollow and really soft? What texture is the stem that you hold between your fingers? Is it smooth? Or are there grooved lines running down the length of the stem? Or perhaps, is it a hairy green stem? Take your next big breath. Now follow this perfect stem upwards towards the base of the flower, and watch and see as this green stem morphs into a collection of tiny green petals, almost in the shape of two cupped hands and green fingers that holds the base of this flower together. Take a moment to study that perfection as you take your next big breath. Out of these cupped hands, these green fingers, we see the petals of the flower emerge, beautifully held together at the base. Take a look at the underside of this flower, the underside of the petals. Study the texture. Take your next big breath. Turn the flower over and see it from the top. Take your finger and trace the outsides of the petals. See how they are arranged around the center of the flower. We often see how many flowers have petals arranged in a perfectly geometric pattern. Take your next big breath. Take a good look at the forward-facing side of the petals. How would you describe the color of these petals? Is it a uniform color from the center to the edge? Or is there a change in the shading of the color in the petals of this flower you hold? Take your next big breath. And then bring your attention to the center of this flower. The center where all the reproductive organs of the flower come together. Take a moment to marvel at the perfection of this design. A beautiful example of individual uniqueness, the flower bringing what is uniquely a flower's gift, attracting insects that bring their unique individual gift to the flower, together embracing collective power. As the insect is served and the flower is served, are you not just in awe at the perfection of this? Take your next big breath. take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel how softness slips into your body and how softness settles in every cell of your body. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back, or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll read to you one more time the message from Michael Beckwith this morning. He says, "We are here to change. We are here to grow, to develop and unfold. We are progressive beings that have infinite capacity. At some point, you have to own up to how great you are, how beautiful you are, to how much inner dignity and potential you have. Drop complaining about what other people didn't give you or do for you or how they mistreated you. Take repossession of yourself and you will rise to a level of greatness that has been yours all along. We are unlimited beings. We have no ceiling. The capabilities and the talents and the gifts and the power that is within every single individual that is on this planet is unlimited. You possess an infinite capacity for growth, for development, for unfolding. And I think sometimes when we get messages like this, it makes us think that if we are truly limitless, then we have to sign up to do big things. And while that is certainly available to us, I love the message of this flower. Just being its authentic self. It's not trying to be anything. I think it's less a case of trying to prove that we are limitless by doing the biggest things we can think of. and more about just trusting that we have a limitless nature, but perhaps finding what that nature is. Having the journey that leads me to understand what my authentic expression really is. And just double down on that. We see how the flower's authenticity is what makes it amazing. Here's another little reminder. A squirrel, the humble woodland squirrel. By observing it, we might think that its authentic nature is really flawed because it has an extremely bad memory. Can anyone relate to a bad memory? The squirrel spends its whole life finding acorns and finding nuts and then stashing them away, hiding them in dozens of different places, but then forgets where most of these acorns have been hidden. Not the best memory for sure. But even this humble squirrel, being its authentic self, with an authentically bad memory, provides such a service for the world around it, because while it might not be a great hunter-gatherer, it seems to be a great planter of trees. So really, being authentic, the squirrel doesn't really spend its life accumulating acorns, but planting trees. Are you planting trees in ways that you haven't realized yet? Or are there ways you can plant trees that you haven't discovered yet? You don't have to go out and change the world to prove that you are limitless. But you do have to find what your authentic expression really is. And if you do, you'll discover that when you show up and be yourself. When you only focus on your soul's authentic expression, there is a limitless unfolding of who you are waiting to happen. We'll take the last 5 breaths of gratitude together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for the reminder that my limitless nature does not have to try and do the biggest things I can think of, but learn to understand what my authentic expression is. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning to embrace the beautiful expression of a flower. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for seeing the beauty in the expression of the forgetful squirrel. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for having acceptance for my own unique expression. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for being on this journey with us today. Thank you, Elmarie. Anne-Marie, good morning. Great seeing you. Maggie, good morning. Awesome having you here. Charlene, a very good morning to you. Wishing you all a really beautiful day. Take a moment, some time today, to stop and look at a flower. Remind yourself that this is not a contest. We're not saying one is better than the other. But remind yourself that as beautiful, as amazing, and as perfect as this flower is, you have to be able to see yourself through the same lens. You have to be able to look over your imperfections just like you're overlooking the imperfections in this flower, and recognize your limitless nature. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Sunmari. Thank you, Danae. Have a beautiful day. See you again soon. Ciao, ciao.